is going on, Old School Scares? Welcome back to the channel. We're in our second day of our monster series, and today we're going to talk about Them from 1954, the Giant Ant movie. Again, one of my all-time favorite monster movies. Great big bug movie, great big monster movie. And again, this movie takes itself probably a little more serious than Tarantula does, or some of the other movies on this list at that time frame. And it's better for it. It takes the subject matter very seriously. This movie was incredibly successful back in 1954. It was originally supposed to be in color in 3D, and it turned out to be black and white. So if you've seen the movie, you'll see the title screen kind of jumps at you in big red letters that says Them. The whole thing, that was kind of the last homage left into the fact that this was going to be a 3D color movie, but they weren't able to do it. So the movie came out in 54, hour and 34 minutes long, black and white. Pretty cool cast: James Whitmore, James Arness, Joan Weldon. Just really good actors in this movie, and they take the source material very seriously and give it a ton of respect. And what I loved about this movie is it really is kind of two different movies. At the beginning, there's a little bit of mystery, and I guess if you went in cold and didn't know what was going on, you'd be, it is set up a little bit at the beginning. If you don't know it's a big bug movie, there's kind of some mystery at the beginning. You see this little girl walking through the desert holding a doll with a broken piece of face, you know, like a porcelain face on the doll that's broken. And she's just walking through, and she's catatonic, right? She's in shock. And as the police pick her up, they come to this trailer, and they think maybe her family's there, but the whole side of the trailer is just ripped out. And it's ripped out from the outside, so it's pulled out, right? And the police are baffled as to what's going on. The dad was an FBI agent. There's a gun there. It seems like it's been fired. Like, they cannot figure out what's going on. So they take the little girl, they get her in, and they decide to investigate a little bit more. They get to the local store, and the store has the same thing. And again, they talk about the store owner. Great shot. They find a 30-06, again, bent in half, shots fired, but no blood, but giant piles of sugar. And you get to by far the scariest scene in this movie is the very beginning scene where you haven't seen the ants yet, so there's a little bit of tension. You're still building what the monsters could look like in your head, and you get this really crazy sound. I'm actually going to cut away in this one so you can actually hear this scene. I want to play it for just a second, so I'm going to throw to that right now.
Money wasn't taken here either. Look, this is another 914. I'm going to put in a call for the guys in the trailer to stop by. I want to get into headquarters and be there when the little girl starts talking.
Well, I'll stick around and ride it with them.
Okay. Stay loose.
Sure.
Is still a closely guarded secret. There is no secret, however, that the Alumni Association has turned thumbs down on Al Petrie.
So you hear what I'm talking about there. It's that really eerie, creepy sound that you have in there that sets the tone for the movie. And that scene, and then the officer gets attacked, and it just kind of sets up the whole thing. There's a couple of jump scares as you go along, but they find the ant's nest, they destroy it in the desert, but they realize that two of the young queens have escaped. One goes onto a ship. They have a little bit of a battle with the ship, destroy the ship, kill that queen, but the other one gets into the sewer systems under Los Angeles. And they come to realize, like, if they don't destroy this soon and another queen gets, has babies and has more queens, that these giant ants could potentially take over the world relatively quickly. This movie's just very well done. What I love about this movie is it doesn't glamorize 1950s America. It respects it. It shows what's going on, but it shows all sides of the world. The family unit, poor people, people in the drunk tank, all this different stuff that was going on at the time. So it does not sugarcoat what America was like. Like, a lot of the movies back then, they were very sanitized, where you wouldn't see the more unsettling sides of society unless it was designed to be a drama that was focused on that. But to have that in a horror movie was a little bit unusual, and I respect the hell out of him for it. Again, one of my absolute favorite movies. I hope you get a chance to check it out. You will absolutely love it. I love it. I'm so happy to be able to share it with you. Again, I can't share enough on how much I just enjoy this movie and what it's all about. Now, coming up tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the grandfather, if I think, of all monster movies. We're going to talk about Godzilla, the Japanese movie that actually came out right around the same time as them and Tarantula, but a very different experience. And if you're thinking about Godzilla from the 60s and 70s with the cheesy movies, I want you to go back and watch this review tomorrow, because the 50s Godzilla was very much an allegory for the Hiroshima bomb and the terrors of nuclear fallout and things like that in Japan, and it's actually a genuinely scary movie. So, as always, please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't so far, and stay scary. Talk soon.